which is, you know, I just realized I guess it doesn't actually say bay on the building, but I've always thought of it as robotic support bay. Anyways, getting that robotic support building, and Free now coming in here trying to take out some of these mines. We're probably going to see a Reaver drop from him very soon. But he is pushing in the meantime, trying to just push in with these Dragoons. He has enough Dragoons that when he targets, he can pick off those Vultures. He's going in, picks off a few Vultures, but Lomo doing a very good job there, bringing out his SCVs to block that off. In the meantime, his tanks kind of picking away at those Dragoons. Lomo, though, bringing out his tanks. He needs to protect those tanks a little bit better. Free able to go in and kind of pick those off again, but he's using his SCVs to make sure they don't get away, so that was a very good move by Lomo, I have to say. That Dragoon barely getting out alive. Honestly, Lomo, I probably should have tried to pick that off a little bit better, but so Free kind of it was almost a really good idea. He went in there and he was able to start picking things off, but he didn't micro as well as he really could have, and ended up losing almost all those Dragoons. So it's really going to depend on how good of a Reaver harass we're going to see right here. It doesn't look like Lomo has any turrets though. I didn't see any turrets in his main base. I didn't see him going up in his expansion either. So, okay, he does have a Goliath though. So that's going to be the deciding factor, is that Goliath right there. Where he has it, if he has it in the right place to drop, to counter that drop or not. And at the moment he does have it in the right place. But Free is going to see that. He has his observer in there. He's going to see that. And Lomo, for some reason, not comstatting to kill that observer. He probably should be able to see a little distortion moving around. So this is probably not going to be very much of a harass, because Lomo is expecting it. He's able to, and for some reason, Free going in anyways. Getting some shots taken off on his units there, just trying to get rid of that command center that was being built there. It looked like for another base. So Free not able to accomplish much, although he's going now into macro mode, getting his Citadel of Adun up, getting up more gateways. It looks like he's got like 7 gateways now. So in that sense, I'm going to give the momentum to Free at this point, because really Lomo doesn't have a lot of forces on the ground. He's just now building he just finished building his 4th factory there. He's just now getting a starport. In the meantime, Free has several Dragoons on the ground. He has got that Reaver to support them. And most importantly, he's got 7 production buildings, 7 gateways, and whereas Lomo only has the 4. Free going in, trying to do some more harassment there, but it's not going to work. All he has to do is kind of camp that dropship, and as soon as anything pops out, he'll be able to attack it there. So he's going back, building that command center again. So I have to give Free some credit for, I'm sorry, Lomo some credit for, and Free getting a couple forges, interesting. So he's really going for the long haul here, going with double forges to start upgrading his ground units. He's probably already upgrading weapons level 1 right there. Lomo in the meantime getting a control tower. I think he's probably going for dropships himself. That's what I would imagine, would be to go for some kind of a drop, which is usually not the build of a Terran, so it might catch Free off guard, actually, to do some kind of a drop in the back of his base with some tanks or something like that. And he's going to have to do something soon, because, as you can see, Free kind of mounting outside of his base, now with 8 gateways pumping out Dragoons. He's got a lot of Dragoons outside his base. Free's going to lose that shuttle. That was pretty careless on Free's part. I think that the Reaver was probably actually inside it too. I'm not sure why he ran it back towards that Goliath who was attacking the shuttle, unless... I'm really not sure why he would have done that, and I don't see his Reaver anymore. So I'm pretty sure that he just lost carelessly that Reaver inside that shuttle. So, you know, kind of the reason why, even though Free is pretty good, he's not top level, is kind of stuff of that nature. I mean, his initial Reaver harassment, not pulling anything off very spectacularly, and now kind of carelessly losing a unit there. Lomo, interestingly, building his supply depots. Free going in for a big attack here. He doesn't have a lot of forces though, but neither does Lomo. Those mines are going to slow him down a little bit, and while he's picking off those mines, those tanks are going to pick off a couple more Dragoons. So Lomo bringing out his SCVs here. It looks like he may have been bringing his SCVs into that next base, but in the meantime he's using them to try and fend off those Dragoons, kind of get in their way so they can't get close enough to attack the tanks, or you know, just distract them. Free though has the Templar Archives up, so Lomo's going to have to do something pretty quick, otherwise he's going to have all kinds of Psystorm all over his units, and that is basically going to be the end of things. When Free gets Psystorm and starts going and Psystorming Lomo's units, that'll be the end. Lomo does have a dropship out, but Free going in now, and Lomo has not recovered many of his forces. Those 4 factories only have not produced a lot of units, whereas the double the amount of gateways have produced a lot of units. Free coming in with a ton of Zealots this time to back up those Dragoons that he saved from before, and Lomo's going to have to do something, pull something out of his ass real quick here, because he is being forced back into his base. Some of those Zealots actually got into his base. Those SCVs did not come out in time to block them off. So this might actually be the end for Lomo. He's going in for a drop. This is Lomo's last chances to do some kind of drop and distract Free long enough, but I don't think it's going to work. No, he realizes it's not going to happen. He sees all those forces probably in Free's base and realizes that that drop was not going to accomplish enough to hold him off. Well done by Free. Well deserving of that win. Thanks for listening.